Let me tell you something that most people get completely wrong about friendship and attraction. The assumption is that they are opposites, that friendship is the consolation prize when attraction fails, that if you've ended up in the friend zone, the romantic story is already over. But relationship psychology tells us something entirely different. The research on long-term relationship satisfaction consistently shows that the couples who report the deepest, most lasting love are the ones who started as genuine friends, who knew each other's character before chemistry complicated everything, who chose each other with full information rather than romantic projection. The foundation you've already built isn't the problem. It might be the most valuable thing you have. Here is the specific pain this situation creates, and it is genuinely unique. With a stranger, the stakes of expressing interest are relatively low. If it doesn't go well, you both move on. But with a close female friend, everything is different. You have something real to lose. A history, inside jokes, the specific comfort of someone who actually knows you, and the fear of damaging that, of making things permanently awkward, of losing her friendship entirely in the pursuit of something more, keeps a lot of men completely frozen, so they stay quiet. They carry feelings that have nowhere to go. They watch her date other people and tell themselves it's fine, and the situation slowly becomes more painful than either doing something or letting go would ever be. Today we're going to talk about a third option, one that honors both the friendship and your genuine feelings and gives something real a chance to develop naturally. Before anything else, you owe yourself genuine clarity about what you're actually hoping for here. Because there is a significant difference between genuine romantic feelings for a specific person and the longing for something more that gets directed at whoever is closest. One is about her specific character, her particular way of moving through the world, the specific things that make her her. The other is about a need that she happens to be near. Sit with this honestly. Ask yourself, would I still want this if she were the exact same person but had never been my friend? Is it her I'm drawn to, or the comfort and familiarity of what we already have? The answer to that question should guide everything that follows, because the path forward looks different depending on which one it is. Here is one of the most important psychological shifts available to you in this situation. Most men in your position become increasingly careful around the friend they're attracted to. They edit themselves, they manage their energy. They work so hard to not reveal their feelings that they accidentally remove every quality that might create romantic attraction: spontaneity, warmth, genuine emotional presence, the particular aliveness that comes from being around someone you genuinely want. The paradox is that the careful, managed version of you is less attractive than the version that is simply naturally himself. You don't have to declare your feelings to stop hiding them. You just have to stop suppressing the warmth, the attention, the genuine interest that you actually feel. Let yourself be present around her in the way that comes naturally, not as strategy, as authenticity. Friendship often develops comfortable grooves, the same topics, the same tone, the same register of interaction repeated across years. Comfortable, but not the kind of territory where romantic feelings tend to emerge. Real attraction, the kind that builds between people who already know each other, often begins with a conversation that goes somewhere new, somewhere more vulnerable, more real, more interior than the usual exchange. Ask her about something she's working through that you haven't discussed before. Share something about your own life that you haven't offered in the friendship. Let the conversation find a different level, not forced, but genuinely exploratory. Depth creates intimacy, and intimacy between two people who already trust each other has a natural tendency to develop into something more. This sounds simple. It is actually one of the rarest things one person can offer another, and it creates profound emotional bonds. Showing up fully means being genuinely, completely present when you're with her, not distracted, not half there, not managing your own comfort while pretending to be available to hers. Actually there, you asking real questions, listening to the actual answers, being affected by what she shares rather than processing it from behind glass. Most people, even close friends, are partially present much of the time. The person who shows up with their whole attention creates an experience that is qualitatively different from ordinary friendship, one that tends to make people think, this feels different from how I feel around everyone else. That feeling is the beginning of something. Physical presence between friends tends to be habitual and unconscious. The same greetings, the same proximity, the same contact patterns repeated without much awareness. When genuine attraction is developing, physical presence naturally becomes slightly more conscious, not calculated but intentional, more present in the brief contact that already exists between you, a hug that lasts a real moment rather than half a second. Eye contact held a beat longer in a genuine moment of connection. None of this should feel manufactured. It should feel like allowing what is natural between you to be a little more present, like stopping the suppression of warmth rather than performing something new. Her nervous system will register the shift, and depending on whether she feels something similar, her own behavior will begin to reflect it. At some point, if you've moved through everything above with genuine intention and you sense that something real is building between you, the friendship deserves honesty. Not a dramatic declaration, not a pressured ultimatum, a calm, warm, genuine conversation that says, I value what we have completely, and I've realized I feel something more than friendship for you. I'm not asking for an answer right now. I just don't want to be the person who never said the true thing. That conversation, offered without pressure, without requiring an immediate response, without making her feel like the friendship is being held hostage to a particular outcome, is an act of genuine respect. It gives her real information and real agency. And it gives you the clarity that staying silent never will. Here is what I want you to hold on to from today. The friendship you've built is not the obstacle to something romantic. It is the most honest foundation available for something lasting. The trust, the history, the genuine knowledge of each other's character, these are things most romantic relationships spend years trying to develop. You already have them. The question now is whether you can show up with enough honesty, enough genuine presence, and enough courage to let what naturally wants to develop between you actually have room to breathe. Not through strategy, through authenticity. Through being fully, consistently, honestly yourself, and letting her make a fully informed choice about what she wants in return. Whatever she decides, you will have shown up with integrity, and that is always worth more than staying frozen in a silence that helps neither of you. If today gave you a new way to think about connection and courage, subscribe. Every week, we go this deep into the psychology of love, friendship, and what genuine human connection actually requires. I'll see you in the next one. Say the true thing. It always matters.